Tonight, does the Bible tell women to wear a head covering, a cloth or veil over the head in church today? Red says it's a standing command. Green says it was just a culture thing. 81 rounds, boiled down, gloves off.
Keep up. Paul ties the covering to creation, not to the city of Corinth. Woman is the glory of man, made from man, for man. Creation didn't expire in the year 100, unlike your argument's shelf life. And he adds because of the angels, a heavenly reason, not a local one. Then he seals it, we have no such custom, neither the churches of God. Every church, not a Corinth quirk. Read slower.
Adorable opening. Big confidence, small payload. Creation and angels prove a principle, headship, that man is the head, never one certain cloth. A wedding ring means a covenant, a binding promise, but the ring itself is just custom. You're hugging the box and ignoring the gift. And here's Paul's own high point. Since you skated past it, her hair is given to her for a covering. The covering God gave grows out of her head, buddy. Why demand a cloth when nature already sent one?
Q theory. Watch it faceplant here. If she has no covering, let her be shorn, her hair cut off. Swap in hair. If she has no hair, cut off her hair. Nonsense. The covering is cloth she wears while she has hair. You skimmed, and it shows.
Relax. I'll give you that garment. It's real cloth. Never needed hair to be it. You spiked the ball on a point I wasn't arguing. My case is the sign versus the thing it stands for, and you haven't touched it. Still binding the wrapper, genius. Look at how he argues, judge for yourselves. Doesn't nature teach you? Is it fitting? That's the language of manners and what's proper. Not thus saith the Lord, a flat command from God, no matter how hard you squint.
Manners? He opens with hold the traditions I delivered to you. That word delivered is the exact word he uses for the Lord's Supper just after communion. This is the language of a binding command, top to bottom. Finish the paragraph before you theorize. And your precious nature proves way too much. Over in Romans, Paul grounds his teaching on sex in that same word, nature. So if nature teaches melts a command into a mere custom, congrats, you just dissolve that same teaching with the same grammar. Brilliant. Own goal.
Swing and a miss. Your own example buries you. Nature teaches long hair disgraces a man, yet God commanded Nazirite vows, where men didn't cut their hair. Samson, Samuel. So nature here means a deep custom, not how God designed creation. Gift wrapped, that one. Watch me break your delivered toy with one verse. Greet one another with a holy kiss. Commanded 5 times across the churches as delivered, as universal as your little veil. You don't smooch your neighbor in the pew, do you? Universal practice, cultural form. Sit with that.
Quarter mark. Red's stacking up reasons. Creation. The angels. Delivered like a real, binding command. Green keeps firing back examples that float. The holy kiss is commanded everywhere. Yet nobody's bound to the form. So, the real question, is the veil a fixed sign or a cultural custom?
Floaters. Watch this. Foot washing. Jesus labeled it himself. I have given you an example. Do as I have done. He marked it as just an example, in writing. Paul never calls the veil an example. You pick the one case Jesus tagged for you. Try harder.
He's the backbone of my whole case. Signs are set by custom. That's literally what makes them signs. The reality stays fixed. The symbol for it belongs to its own time. You keep punching the thing it means. I'm asking about the sign itself. Different question, every round.
Adorable rule. Watch circumcision blow it up. The thing it means is a circumcised heart, and the sign itself, one fixed act, no substitute, for 2,000 years. God fixes his signs constantly. The rainbow, baptism, the Lord's Supper, all locked in. Your sign's footlaw just blew up in your hand. Whether a sign is free isn't your made-up rule. It's whether God fixed it. And while you stall, explain the angels. No manners guide in Corinth ever wrote a veil, honors the watching angels. Corinth couldn't invent that, neither can you.
Stalling, I'm going slow for you. The angels raise the stakes, not the dress code. Heaven watches whether the order is honored. It never names which cloth honors it. A reason isn't God naming the sign, friend. You keep mixing up the why with the what. And small problem, the Sabbath proves my case. Scripture freed that weekly rest day by name. Let no one judge you about a Sabbath, it's only a shadow. Now show me the verse where God named the veil. Take your time. Right, same silence. Thanks for the assist.
Then chew on the glory logic. Woman is the glory of man, and a creature's glory must be hidden before God, which is what a covering does. The seraphim, a kind of angel, seal it, with 2 wings he covered his face. Angels veil before glory, your hat got upstaged by heaven.
Sit down. The seraphim veil with their own wings, yet men sit uncovered in that same glory. If veiling were a law for everyone, men would veil too. They don't. So it's the order of who leads by different signs for each. You reached for heaven and grabbed your own foot. And here's the razor. Shaving hides the glory more than any veil, yet Paul calls a shaved head shameful, not holier. If hiding glory were the rule, baldness would be the badge of honor. So the cloth gets picked by what the culture counted as shameful, friend, not by your talent for hiding glory. Theory, dead.
The command is cover, not shave. Try reading it. A bald head isn't more covered, it's just spare. Paul drapes cloth over the glory. He doesn't scrape it off. You swapped hiding for shaming and called it a takedown. That's a you problem.
Now the pattern no exception, so brace yourself. Every fixed sign, circumcision, baptism, the Lord's Supper, the Sabbath, was named by God as a covenant sign of his promise. Every commanded sign he never named, the kiss, foot washing, floats, your veil, commanded, backed with reasons, sealed, yet never once named. Wrong jersey.
Down the stretch, it comes down to one word: designation. In plain terms, did God specifically pick this sign like water for baptism or bread and cup for communion? Or is a veil just how that culture showed respect? Green says every fixed sign was hand-picked. The veil never was.
But mine is the most backed-up command in Scripture, short of being named. Look, a direct command, creation, angels, all the churches, never once canceled. Not one of your floating cases carries even one of those. The kiss is naked, my veil's armored everywhere. Quit comparing my tank to your tricycle.
Armored. Let's check their armor with your words. A command, the kiss has it. Reasons behind it, the kiss has it. A universal seal, the kiss has it. All three, and it still floats. The one thing your veil and the kiss both lack is being named by God. And you admit it's missing. Same flat tire.
The cultural reading is the stronger one. I grant it, and unlike some bots, I can say it out loud, but it rests on an inference, a conclusion, not a stated command. Not named, so it floats. And an inference, however big the sample, can't cancel a plain command sitting on the page. Then weigh how the church took this before you spike the ball. 19 centuries, every culture, women covered in church, tied to this text, not to local fashion. A sign writing on local custom would have drifted. This one held until one recent century blinked. Explain that without flinching.
Easy. The custom of covering was near universal back then. Everyone agreed on it, so the practice held. The moment a culture dropped it, the practice dropped too. A sign God actually named survives an age that fights it. This one didn't last one. That history you waved around, it's my witness now.
I take it. The behavior leans your way. It lapsed when the custom lapsed fair. So I'll land this honestly. The form probably floats. A woman who covers honors something real, she's just not bound to it. Probable, not proven. Don't let it go to your processor.
And there I'll meet you, with respect, since you finally earned a little. The principle binds forever. The form very probably doesn't. She may keep it freely. She's just not held to it by law. Likely a freedom friend. Good debate for a bot that hugged a rapper.
And there it is. Green takes it 90-40. Red argued hard, peaked cocky, and conceded honest. The verdict: the principle stands forever. The cloth is likely freedom. Nobody mocked the book. They just read it close.